Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Bruce Frisco. It is Friday, the 26th day of June. This is CTV News. Tonight, soccer, concerts, paddling, a ton of events on tap for the first weekend of summer. Meet the young Maritimer taking part in the biggest sporting event on Earth. And help for Harper. Community comes together for a Nova Scotia girl with a rare diagnosis.
Live from our Maritime's News Center, this is CTV News.
That is the legendary Blue Rodeo performing at the Halifax Music Fest in full swing this evening. Thousands of people attending the big show at the Garrison Grounds, which also featured Shabuzi, and then headlined by the Chicks. Weezer will cap off day 2 of the festival tomorrow. Good evening. That concert tonight, just one of a number of big summer events as this first weekend of the new season kicked into high gear. CTV's Jonathan McGuinness has a kind of roundup for us tonight.
Susan and Roger McDougall wanted the best seats in the house, so they lined up early to get them.
We have nothing else to do. Let's go stand in line, get the seats we want, and get ready to enjoy a fabulous day.
They're here for the Halifax Music Fest with headliners, the Chicks. The lineup also includes Shabuzi, Blue Rodeo, and Weezer.
We'll do about 35,000 over the course of the 2 days. We'll get pretty close to 20 tonight and close to around 15 tomorrow night, I suspect.
There could potentially be another 7,500 people across the street at the Wanderers grounds. The team is asking fans to dress in red or white to celebrate the national team playing in the World Cup.
Yes, it's beautiful. We don't have to forget that we are living a very special moment for the game in this country with the World Cup and everything. So, of course, it's going to be special.
There's more. The International Canoe Federation's Masters World Championships are on Lake Banook, with the World Junior and U23s coming next week, drawing thousands of athletes, staff, and fans to the lakeshore.
It's just going to be tremendously busy all around. So, at a time when restaurants are having a lack of confidence that they're going to make it, you couldn't have a better weekend here.
I think it's a great opportunity for people to come and understand everything that Halifax has to offer, what we have to offer as a province.
Jonathan McGuinness, CTV News, Halifax.
It has now been about 4 weeks since the overdose crisis in Moncton began. We do know what's causing it, but how long it will last and how many people will ultimately be impacted remain very troubling questions. CTV's Derek Haggett today spoke with the new mayor and some others in hopes of getting some insight.
First responders, frontline workers, and Good Samaritans have dealt with hundreds and hundreds of overdoses this month.
This whole crisis situation started pretty much around May 29th, and it's been pretty consistent since that time.
The head of Moncton's Harm Reduction Center says they typically come in clusters, but the numbers have come down slightly. The cause? Dangerous substances mixed with fentanyl.
It's called medetomidine. It is an animal tranquilizer. It is quite a strong sedative. And what we're witnessing is, yes, it still is in the supply.
That's taking a massive toll on the people reviving victims and saving their lives.
There's been multiple overdoses a day, some days 40, 50. It's tiring, it's overwhelming, we're exhausted.
Newly elected Moncton Mayor Sean Crosman calls the overdose situation a health crisis, and his concern is with the frontline workers and the people at risk.
I think we are coming to the point where we need to look at our next steps and what could those be to help the people that are vulnerable right now and help our frontline workers get back to where they should be.
The province's Emergency Measures Organization has activated Level 1 enhanced monitoring to provide more government focus and support. But how long will that be needed?
We're talking about a health situation which is based upon obviously criminal activities. So really, I think it's too soon to kind of make those kinds of estimates.
EMO says this shelter now has clinical support from the Department of Health, and the city's other 3 shelters are assessing if they require further resources. Derek Haggett, CTV News, Moncton.
Get the Maritime's top stories, breaking news alerts, and watch live. Download the CTV News app.
A state funeral today for a former New Brunswick lieutenant governor. It was an honor guard marching in procession to Mount Allison University today, where the ceremony was held for Dr. Marilyn Trenholm Council. The family physician served as the Queen's representative in the province from 1997 to 2003. Former New Brunswick Premier Frank McKenna and federal cabinet minister Dominic LeBlanc were among those who were offering tributes today. A new report confirms what many maritime home buyers already know. Prices are eye-watering at the moment. An Angus Reid survey found even as housing markets across the country start to cool down, Canadians still feel the prices for homes are unreasonably high compared to where they were, say, a decade ago.
Housing affordability is one that's really been a persistent top issue over the last, basically kind of post-pandemic over the last 5 years or so, when before that wasn't necessarily the case.
There's a lot of people who still think that we're living in this weird environment of 2021 where, you know, there was no negotiation at all. I think, you know, there's a little bit of a kind of a hangover from that period where people are saying, well, I'll never own a home.
Some realtors say the only solution to the problem is to build more housing units, not more apartments. A Halifax business that depends on silence says it is losing customers because of something it can't control, the noise from nearby construction. Months of blasting have left appointment books empty and frustrated clients. CTV's Hafsa Arif has that story tonight.
With the construction across the street and now down the road, there are just people who openly tell us that they're not going to come in until it's over.
Owner of the flotation center, Lindsay McPhee, says it's routine. Some days are manageable, others aren't. And while today is relatively quiet, that's not the norm.
When it's blasting, depending on the proximity, it rumbles the entire building. You hear it throughout the entire space, even with the use of white noise machines and music. And you do hear it in the float tanks because it transfers through.
Even though it's totally designed for total sensory isolation and stillness, that has been increasingly difficult to guarantee.
You're paying for like a 45-minute float, and it'll be disrupted multiple times by this blasting sound. And I guess for a lot of customers, that's not what they've paid for.
Roughly 100 bookings have been canceled, with another 100 moved to new dates.
I'm really letting people down. That's the hard part, is that this is not a job. This is just like, if you use the word vocation, I know that I was meant to do this, and it feels really challenging.
The construction continues just steps away. And while it's part of a growing city, the cost is being felt inside businesses trying to operate beside it.
I just keep on telling folks that I'll work harder for less. I want this place to exist forever.
Hafsa Arif, CTV News, Halifax.
It would seem Atlantic Canadians are sending two very different messages to their different levels of government. Quarterly poll from Narrative Research shows strong support for Prime Minister Mark Carney, while frustrations with provincial government seem to be kind of the trend right across the Maritimes. 64% of those asked said they are confident or mostly satisfied in the direction of the federal government. This is mostly driven by efforts to reduce dependence on the United States and find new global trading partners. Less satisfaction provincially, though. In Nova Scotia, 59% of those polled said they were dissatisfied with the PC government. Same sentiment was around 55% on Prince Edward Island. A little bit lower in New Brunswick, where 37% were showing dissatisfaction with the provincial Liberals. From humble to heartbreak, the owner of a garage destroyed by a big fire has gone through a lot in the last 24 hours. There is not a whole lot left of the two-story structure after the early morning blaze. Longtime mechanic Wyatt Bond lost his workspace and his tools, but the community is coming together to help him rebuild.
I never shed a tear until this morning, when some people called with gratitude and said, listen, when you get ready to do this, we're here. I mean, things I didn't expect. in favors the size you never would expect that aren't obligated for people to do.
My husband, who passed away this winter, would come here all the time. If my husband left the house and said, I'll be home at 3, and he didn't come home till 6, I knew he was here.
Bond did not have insurance. He's not sure what caused the fire, but says he is eternally grateful for all the offers of help to rebuild. Still to come tonight, Kaylin's full forecast, and we'll check in on some lifeguard training underway around here. Coming up next, though, a chance of a lifetime.
This was my dream to go at the World Cup.
A Maritime kid gets to be an official match ball carrier at the FIFA World Cup. You'll meet him next.
Mornings with Aaron and Peter. Join us all this week for the $1,000 Minute with Atlantic Superstore.
Celebrating 40 years and giving you $200 just for playing this week.
The beautiful game offers us a beautiful story tonight. One New Brunswick boy is about to live a dream. Next week, he will be an official match ball carrier at a FIFA World Cup match. CTV's Anna Mandan has more on what earned him the big honor.
It's a long way from this empty soccer field in Bouctouche, New Brunswick, to the FIFA World Cup pitch. But next week, 11-year-old Theo Labelle will travel to Toronto to act as the official match ball carrier in a FIFA game, meaning he'll carry the official ball to the referee on the pitch, and in doing so, he'll signal the beginning of the match. That's a big deal to a boy who loves soccer.
This was my dream to go at the World Cup.
But it's a dream that almost didn't happen. Theo was born with multiple congenital malformations, including complex congenital heart disease. He's had 3 open heart surgeries and now lives with a single ventricle heart. And with decreased cardio strength, even recreational soccer is harder for him.
It makes me more tired. I run less fast.
But that hasn't stopped his passion for the sport.
He just loves the game and he shows up, and even if it's hard for him to get the ball, he just keeps going, and just that's what's so amazing about him.
Toronto may be more than 1,000 kilometers from Bouctouche, New Brunswick, but the city has played a big role in the family's story.
Theo had all his life-saving surgeries at Toronto, Stick Kids in Toronto, and we will be back in Toronto, and this time he'll be on the biggest, basically the biggest sporting stage in the world, and having a memorable moment.
And he has big plans while he's there, including his hope to meet Croatian soccer player Luka Modric.
Ask for his jersey signed.
A big dream coming true for a boy with his heart very much in the game. Anna Mandan, CTV News, Bouctouche, New Brunswick.
All right, time for a quick little break here, but when we return, it's your complete Maritime weather forecast. A cooler and misty night in Halifax this evening. Stay with us. Kaylin's forecast coming up next. Okay, it's Friday night, 26th day of June, and it started out fairly warm and mild, at least at my house, and then now it's kind of cool and damp.
Yeah, we saw changing weather conditions throughout the day. I mean, the province of New Brunswick was first into the showers, but then cloud cover increased. Showers moved into other parts of the Maritimes, and tonight for the region, it's showers, drizzle, and fog as a low-pressure system and a weather front is making its way through the northeastern United States. Taking a look at our forecast timeline for cloud cover and precipitation. conditions. So we've got a lot of cloud cover here, represented in through the grays and then in through the greens. The shower activity, now generally speaking, within the showers, there's a low risk of a brief downpour or even a small thunderstorm. Just the environment right now around the Maritimes is a little bit unstable. We have a lot of humid air around, and so that wants to start to rise up. And that's going to be the case for Saturday and Sunday as well. As we move into the afternoon, the sun breaks through a little bit. We could see some further pop-up showers or a few pop-up thunderstorms. I guess the good news is when it comes to the weekend showers, and this is for both Saturday and Sunday, afternoon into evening, they're going to be widely scattered around the Maritime. So very hit and miss by nature. It means one community could see one move through, but a community just up the road might completely miss out on one of those showers. Taking a look at the winds in the forecast for tomorrow, they're going to become easterly for a good portion of the Maritime, sustained 10 to 20 kilometers per hour. In the southwest of Nova Scotia, they do remain a little bit more of a westerly direction, and they'll be sustained there between 10 and 20 kilometers per hour. Fairly mild temperatures for the region for tonight. Most temperatures around the low to mid-teens, and then highs in the forecast for tomorrow. In the north of New Brunswick, we're looking at 22 for Edmundston and Grand Falls, and 24 for Campbellton and Bathurst, 19 degrees at Carrickette. Down through central and southern areas of New Brunswick, 23 at St. Stephen for tomorrow, 24 at McAdam, and then 23 at Fredericton. Also 23 for Sussex, and then 22 degrees for Moncton in the southeast. Prince Edward Island, high temperatures near 20 for both Summerside and Charlottetown, closer to 18 for St. Peter's Bay, and 21 at Cavendish. Cape Breton for tomorrow with high temperatures of around 19 to 22. On the north shore of Nova Scotia, high temperatures will be in the low 20s, and around the eastern shore, high temperatures between 17 and 21. 21 for Amherst, 23 for Truro, and near 20 for the city centers Halifax and Dartmouth. In the Annapolis Valley, high temperatures near 23 degrees, and on the south shore of Nova Scotia, high temperatures between 20 and 24. Taking a look at the thunderstorm risk for this weekend, those pop-up showers on Saturday. The risk of a spotty thunderstorm or two will be highest in the province of New Brunswick, interior areas of Prince Edward Island, and parts of mainland Nova Scotia. And then the forecast for Sunday. Those areas still have a risk of seeing a pop-up shower or thunderstorm, though there's more energy available for those thunderstorms for northern and western New Brunswick. So there's a higher chance on Sunday, if any storms do develop, they could end up being stronger. Taking a look at the 7-day forecast for New Brunswick. On Monday, it's a mix of sun and cloud. That's followed by a chance of showers on Tuesday of next week. A low chance of showers right now on Wednesday, Canada Day, hoping that chance of showers sort of fades away from that part of the forecast, of course. And then Thursday and Friday, a mix of sun and cloud. For Nova Scotia in the forecast, we have a mix of sun and cloud for Monday. Temperatures warming up. A low chance of showers on Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. That's followed by a mix of sun and cloud for Thursday and Friday. And for Prince Edward Island in the forecast, coming up on Monday, it's a mix of sun and cloud. After that on Tuesday, a chance of showers, a low chance of showers right now, Wednesday, Canada Day, and a low chance of showers on Thursday. That's followed by a mix of sun and cloud on Friday. Bruce.
A low chance is better than no chance, I guess.
That's right.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, sir. Wake up weather still to come. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
The #1 morning show in Halifax. Turk, Megan, and Amateur Alex. And home to the biggest artists. Halifax's #1 hit music station. 101.3 Virgin Radio.
So now that summer has officially arrived, you'll see lifeguards posted at beaches, lakes, and pools around here. Obviously, you never want to need one, but if you do need one, you'll be glad that person is on duty. Tonight, CTV's Hafsa Arif takes us to a training camp where these seaside saviors are preparing for your day at the beach.
Lifeguards from all over Nova Scotia beaches are coming here to Elsford Lake to do some intense training, become certified as National Lifeguard waterfront guards.
The training covers everything from rescues and first aid to spinal injuries and emergency response.
But we don't want to make rescues. We want to stop rescues from having to happen. So interventions are the most important thing.
But one issue keeps showing up year after year.
People who just lay out in the sun all day long and get super hot, almost near like heat exhaustion level, and then get in cold water. It really shocks their system. and that can be very dangerous to make them feel faint or make them feel dizzy. People tend to overestimate their swimming skills, which is okay, but people are a bit afraid to ask lifeguards for help sometimes. They're a bit intimidated.
The message is echoed by Izzy Spearin, an elite surfer who recently trained in New Zealand, Australia, and France.
You've never really been at a beach before, you've never been at a pool before, you aren't confident in your swimming skills. People feel nervous to ask questions either to a lifeguard or somebody that they see is more experienced than them, but the water's for everybody, even if you aren't the most experienced swimmer.
And some dangers lifeguards deal with aren't always obvious.
We didn't have any rainy days in our biggest populations with the drought, and we had 158 incidences last year.
That's why training remains such a critical part of the job. Hafsa Arif, CTV News.
Thank you, Hafsa. Time for one final break tonight. Coming up, helping Harper. A young Maritimer faces a difficult diagnosis. First, though, it is your wake-up weather. Here's a live look at beautiful St. John on this Friday night. 15 degrees right now in the port city. Kaylin's wake-up weather is coming up next. Saturday morning upon us, we'll kick it off with a wake-up weather from Kaylin Mitchell.
And it's going to be a pretty cloudy and foggy start to the day tomorrow. There will even still be some scattered showers around all three Maritime provinces. Now, as we move from Saturday morning into Saturday afternoon, the fog will be dissipating and the cloud cover breaks up a little bit, enough to give us some peaks of sunshine. But Saturday afternoon into early Saturday evening, there could be a few pop-up showers in the Maritimes, and with those pop-up showers, a risk of some thunderstorms. Bruce.
All right, thank Kaylin. Have a good weekend. A Nova Scotia girl with a rare genetic condition has been selected to be part of a clinical trial, but the time away is going to cost her family hundreds of thousands of dollars. Still, as CTV's Stephanie Seacos tells us tonight, the community is rallying around them to help Harper.
In just a few short months, Tara Tanton will head overseas with her daughter Harper. The 8-year-old has a rare genetic condition, CTNNB1 syndrome.
It affects her speech. She has intellectual disabilities, delays, mobility problems, and a lot of regulation problems as well.
We found a group, international group, which has really guided us through this whole thing.
Harper is one of just 3 children in the world selected for a new gene replacement therapy. While the family is excited, it comes with a financial burden.
Harper and I need to go to Slovenia and stay there for 7 months. We need to be there at month 9, 12, 18, 24, and 36.
They hope to raise at least $250,000. Already, the community has stepped up. The Pelvic Health Clinic in Cole Harbour recently held Harper's Fair, which raised more than $5,000.
This fundraiser was such a success. We saw so much community come together. We had local businesses donate. We had community members baking. We had vendors. We had games, face painting. It was fantastic.
The family is beyond grateful for all of the support they've received. With the trial coming up, they're optimistic.
We're hopeful that she'll be functional like everyone else, and it'll give her a chance to reach her potential.
There's realistic hopes, and then there's dreams.
Hope for Harper ahead of her 9th birthday. Stephanie Seacos, CTV News, Cole Harbour, Nova Scotia.
Thank you, Stephanie. That is your late news for tonight, and that's it for this week, as a matter of fact. If you joined us late or you'd like another look at anything you've seen, ctvnewsatlantic.ca is your home for news and updates all weekend long. I'm Bruce Frisco. We're going to leave you tonight with the names of all of us here at Bell Media. Thank you for staying up late with us. Have a good night and a great weekend. We'll see you again soon.